Hey everyone, this is Ashterzerg bringing you the next video in the replay analysis series. So here we are on Eichenwald, and basically we're just going to be running through the Zarya defense and attack on this map. We'll be giving the positioning, bubbling, attack, and map awareness guide, just basically everything. So as we're getting out into the point, then I'll just give you the brief down low. So I think, yeah, so I was playing with my brother. He was playing Mercy. We had an Ana, a McCree, Junkrat, and a Reinhardt, as well as myself. And so that's a pretty good composition, the McCree and the Junkrat. I mean, it's not a bad combo. You can't really ult much off of that combo-wise, because I guess Zarya and Junkrat, that's a pretty good mix. The only thing you have to be careful of is getting the tire destroyed, so you just want to be careful of that. And got the Christmas emote going on. But we'll see how because it looks like at first the Reinhardt's going to hold it out in front of where that car is. I mean, technically you can do that, but then you kind of just give them the open way to getting to the right side. But, I mean, it's not really a good idea. So, holding right here where I am is a pretty good idea. Just you have to keep in mind that there is the left side over on the left, which is kind of, yeah, redundant. So basically, during this video, I'll just be telling myself, like, hey, you should have done this, should have done that, and then you guys can also learn based on the stuff that I'm saying, because it's very valuable information. So right now, getting into the game, basically what I'm doing is I'm running in front when I have my shield available to get charged, so I can get to 100 as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, also tearing down this Rein shield, because nothing can stop my beam. And then that bubble, I was actually trying to get the Reinhardt, but since he got booped, that was a little unlucky. We do have 2 kills though, so it's alright. So, one of the big things you want to be doing as a Zarya player, make sure you're bubbling that Rein, which I've said in a few other videos, because your Reinhardt, you need to keep him alive. When he dies, then your whole team can have the chance of dying. So you want to make sure you do that. And then, self-bubbling is very important. I'd say you should probably, in general, be using self-bubbling a little more often than you bubble other people, just because of the fact that when you bubble someone else, you're saving their life, if from a Roadhog hook or something like that, and it also gives you charge, as opposed to yours. First of all, it recharges faster. Sorry, not faster. It recharges. Usually, you use that one more often because most people are like, oh, I need to save myself. And it's a little easier to do as opposed to targeting someone. So your bubble should definitely be used as much as possible, but still within the realm of saving someone and not wasting it. Because when you waste it, then you're kind of you have to wait another 10 or so seconds before you actually end up using it. It's very important to make sure you prioritize your bubbles as well. Reinhardt, Mercy, Ana, any of the healers, plus other tanks. DPS, you really only need to give it to the flanking DPS. You don't really need to give it to somebody who's way in the back lines with even behind you, because it's just not as easy. Like a Junkrat, he doesn't usually need bubbling unless he's just jumping in there for some reason. But on this map, definitely on the first point, that was a pretty alright hold. But then once they got picked, they were able to push in and take the point. So that was pretty bad after that. But fortunately, we were able to hold it for about 2 minutes or so. And then, so now we did the smart thing, and I'm really glad that our team did this, where we actually backed up to the second point without really having to have much of an issue. We didn't have anybody getting picked off there. So that was an alright shield, got 24. So you can get 40 charge from each shield. So you can get about 80 charge right off the bat if somebody does burst damage on you, which is why Junkrats and Reapers and Roadhogs and people like them are actually pretty good to counter as a Zarya. So keep that in mind if you want to play Zarya. I mean, if somebody has a Reaper, Reinhardt, someone who does burst damage, then it's really good to pick It's really good to pick Zarya against them because she does so much damage. Now, here we are, we're kind of letting them push the cart, and that's not really what you want to do. We want to make sure we're pushing in there. The problem is, however, and right there was my shield, that's why it's important to keep your shield, because it blocked the earth shatter. And yeah, right here is where we kind of push back and we're like, hey, look, we need to take the cart, so let's go. Because you do not want to let a team push their cart, just walk their cart, sorry, not push, and push their cart I said it again. You do not want to let the other team walk their cart to the next point. The difference between, and that was a really bad ult right there because they got absorbed. But the difference between walking and pushing your cart, for those of you who don't know, walking your cart is when one team is able to literally, they move the cart all the way down to the next point without being contested. Whereas pushing the cart is where it's a fight to get the cart down to the next spot. So what we did here, we decided instead of pushing the cart right away when it was down in the beginning by the choke point up there, we decided to wait until it was all the way up at the next point so that we had the advantage and then hold it. That's really important to do. You want to more so take the cart and push it back when their team is has the further respawn, as opposed to doing it the other way around. Because when you're defending, you want to have your people there faster than they do. So that's really important to keep in mind. So here we are. We're just kind of holding both sides of the bridge because we have the cart in such a perfect position. Since the cart is right in the middle of the bridge, basically, we can hold on either side of it and still be fine. The healers will just let us know, hey, look, there's people here. We kind of just switch off. If you see what happened right there, I came back here with the healers when our team was moving up, because I knew, look, they might push around the side. We need to be careful about that, because honestly, the other team should be pushing from the other side, because all it takes is a good boot from the Pharah, get maybe even just one person, and then you take it from the back first instead of taking it from the front, because it's obviously not going to go as well. So it's a pretty good hold so far. And right now, it's when you're on this defensive aspect, it's more about holding and just getting as much ult charge as you can. Right here, I should be back. We don't want to be in front of this cart. You really, when you're holding on defense, don't stand in front of the cart, because right there, that is awful positioning that I'm in right now. Fortunately, I'm able to get back, but that was really bad positioning from me, because I literally got sandwiched on the other side of their team. If I was about to ult or something like that, that's alright. But since I was just standing there and like, oh no, I need to get out of there, that was not good positioning. So now they're pushing in, and things are not looking too well. The Pharah goes down, so does the Mercy, but they're really pushing in. And so this is where it's really it's crucial to use the ult. We are able to keep them grouped up so that we can start to pick them off. Ana gets a good biotic grenade, and then we're able to actually kill them off. So that was really good. And that's why it's important to hold your ults, because if you use your ultimate when they're just barely pushing the cart, even before they get on the cart, then you're actually not being very effective, as opposed to using your ultimate when they're all on the cart, and no matter what ultimate you have, because it's just very effective. And so that's going to be the end of round one. Not too bad. Things could be improved, like the aim from the beams. Definitely could have been a lot more beam usage as opposed to the blast. So that's definitely stuff to work on. So we're going to get into the second round, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so here on the second round, we are on attack, and we're getting ready to push in. I believe it's the same composition, except I think we have a Lucio instead of an Ana. I think that was the only change. So here we go. The Lucio kind of screwed up the speed boost. You don't want to speed boost to the point, or to the choke point. There's literally no need for that. Somehow we end up just pushing right on in because they didn't hold back, or they didn't hold up front, they held back. Unfortunately, our Pharah got picked off, then our Ryan got picked off, so this was just a lost cause. So right now, I need to be getting back. And it looks like I am, maybe, yes, okay. So yeah, that was actually really poor. If the Lucio had saved his speed boost until we had gotten to the point, we might have been able to boost onto the point and not have lost as much. But unfortunately, that was not the case, and we ended up dying. And then I decided to run back in again, and ended up dying. So that was actually really bad placement of myself. But that was a good job of the Mei walling me in, so that was nice. But here we go. Hopefully, and you can see the arrows where my team is. They're kind of just sitting there poking at the choke. You don't want to do this. The reason why is because you give the other team ult. Yes, you give yourself ultimate charge, but you're also giving their team the ultimate charge. You want to try to win the battle without using. You want to try to win the battle before you get your ultimates, so that you can actually have a easier chance and just use your skill to push through the point. So right here, we're starting to push through, and we're going to the left. We have a pick on the Mei already, so it works a lot better. Pharah's just ulting in, and now we pretty much wiped half their team, and we have the next few waves of ults to back it up. Meanwhile, now we're just sitting here trying to keep them off the point. Anyone that comes in now is basically just feeding us ult charge, as well as pushing them back, because every kill that we get is a pick on our side, and they have to respawn and run all the way back now. So here we are, we're starting to walk the cart, and they have two options. They can either hold on the higher ground or hold at the first turn, I guess you could call it, which is on the left side of this bridge, which is right over there where I'm shooting. So it looks like they're probably going to end up holding up there as opposed to on the high ground. And you can see how they're not there already, and that's because D.Va got picked off and isn't able to come back, so they have to group up again. And it makes them so they have to hold back further. So instead of holding right here where we're standing, they have to hold back under the bridge, and we're slowly pushing them back because they don't have everyone. And May is coming out here by herself, but she's most likely going to get picked off. I am able to bubble Lucio, so that's good, keeping him alive. So now that they're down a person, they have to back up even more. And this is kind of how the walking the cart happens, because their team, they just constantly get picked off, and they're not able to actually get any kills on us. So here we have the healers are pretty much the only ones left, so they have to back off for sure. Reinhardt used his ultimate, which also popped Zen's ult. Their Mercy is down again. Meanwhile, Tracer's just now getting back to the fight for their team, and if she goes down, then they're going to be down 2. It's 5v5 right now, but we are also on attack, so we have the momentum. Now it's a 4v5. Reinhardt is going to be saved, and then we have ultimate abilities to be comboed. Pharah is actually she got 2 kills with her ult, however, she didn't actually do it at the opportune time, which would have been at a time where the entire team was together to be able to push them back. So now they're about to lose about half their team, even though Pharah got 2 kills on us, so we still have the momentum. As opposed to using her ultimate with another person to be able to push us back. So now I have my ultimate ability to be able to push the point and just use it to secure the objective. So hopefully that is what will be able to occur smoothly. You just have to make sure you combo and coordinate. So here we are, we're trying to push down through the choke at the bridge, sorry. And so the main focus is just to pick off the Pharah and the Mercy who are floating around in the air. And that's obviously not my job, so we have to push back since we have lost a few of our members. Reinhardt's kind of just going in by himself, and that's not a good idea. D.Va's behind him, which means that she could easily be picked off, but instead he kind of just went by himself. So here we go, we're starting to pick people off, and we can push back in. I bubble Reinhardt as he's charging in so that he doesn't get picked off. He gets the Tracer. Now it's basically just the focus of the Mercy and the Pharah. Meanwhile, I ult the point, and somehow Lucio ended up booping the Mercy, who then dies right now, and we're able to push right on after the May goes down, because they're down about 3 people. D.Va tries to come back, since she had died previously, but it's not going to be enough. She's out of mech now. McCree is going to go down pretty quickly, except Zenyatta does come in and save him. But at this point, it's pretty much too late, and that's going to be the end of the game. So thank you guys for watching. Please let me know in the comments below what you thought of the video. Like, comment, subscribe so you can see more of these awesome videos. And I will see you guys in the next episode, which hopefully will be around next week, so that I can get maybe a DPS commentary for you guys. And see you guys later.